Alright, welcome back everyone. So today we're going to be taking a look at a range of investment platforms out there, and I'm going to be explaining what I believe is the best platform out there with respect to different criterias. So the goal here is to help anyone who is currently investing or any new investors out there, and to make it a little bit more easier when deciding which investment platform to use. Now in terms of the number of thumbs up that I'm aiming for this video, we're setting the goal like at 108, so hit that thumbs up right now and let's check out the content. And so on the screen we can see the different categories out there. So the first one is best ISA account. We'll then be taking a look at the best invest account. We'll also be looking at the best mobile app. And then finally, we'll be taking a look at the most stable investment platform out there. So I've narrowed down the number of contestants out there. These are all platforms that I use on a regular basis. But let's first take a look at the best ISA account. And so when I look at platforms out there that provide an ISA account, there's a few features that I'm looking for. So the first obvious call out is how much it costs to open and hold an ISA account. We also have to enjoy the underlying platform out there. Is it easy to buy and sell the different stocks? And so the main point here is the cost of the actual ISA account. So does it have a monthly or yearly fee attached? And then in terms of FX fees, are we paying more than we need to? And then finally, the ease in which we can buy the different stocks. Less emphasis on the selling part, because when it comes to an ISA account, we tend to keep money within the platform, and so holding more weight onto buying the shares rather than selling. And so we actually have 3 out of the 5 contestants that support the ability to open up and hold an ISA account. That is IBKR, Trading212 and Freetrade. And so out of the 3 contestants, the winner that it goes to is that of Trading212. And the reason is that there is no fee when holding and keeping the ISA account active. In terms of their FX fees, they do mark up, and I believe it's at 0.35%, but given that we have all the benefits of the ISA wrapper, it still makes complete sense to open the ISA account with the likes of Trading212, have all the benefits of an ISA account, and still pay any FX fees that they mark up. In terms of the range of stocks available, Trading212 has a much larger range to that of Freetrade, but Freetrade was a close second in my view. The reason being that you only have to pay £3 every month, and so that's £36 within a given year, which is great because it means that it's a fixed amount irrespective of how many shares you hold or the amount of money you have in the account. The one concern, as always with any free app out there, and that goes with the likes of Trading212, is that we don't know if they are going to move away from having a free ISA account in the future. But as things stand, Trading212 is the winner here. And so next up we have the best invest account. So we're no longer looking at the likes of ISA accounts. So the main focus here is whether or not there is a support for multi-currency. So the only 2 contestants out there is IBKR and also Lightyear. Now additionally, we do have to look at what type of stocks are available. It doesn't really make too much sense if you can only buy a limited number of stocks. And so out of those 2 contestants, the winner goes to IBKR. Now as for Lightyear, close second in my view, but the stock choice is just too limited at this point in time. If I was just focusing on multi-currency, then Lightyear would actually swing it for me, given that you have up to £3,000 every single month, and they will just convert using the MasterCard rate. IBKR, depending on how you fund the account, you're generally looking at a certain fee, maybe around £1.5 to £3, and so you do have to deposit a large amount to try and reduce some of those costs. But let me know in the comments below if you think there's any other accounts out there that could actually win within the invest account category. Okay, next up we have the best mobile app. And so all 5 choices out there support a mobile app. I'm going to go down the list, ranking worst to best. And so at number 5, we have IBKR. Their app experience is not the greatest. The app just feels very legacy. And because on the desktop, there's so many features available when it comes to the mobile experience, there's so many options to choose from that I generally find myself just switching to the desktop. It honestly feels more of a safer way to invest. And you are naturally dealing with larger amounts of money, at least I am in my case, to reduce some of the fees. And so I don't have much trust when it comes to their mobile app. In 4th place, we have eToro. And so eToro is another platform where they focus more on desktop. In recent times, the app has actually improved, but I still have a similar experience to that of IBKR. Not so much in terms of buying and selling, it's very easy to do so, but it's very hard to navigate and land on certain pages that you're looking for. Simple things such as looking at how much money I have within my cash portion is very hard to navigate. So some of these UX experiences are not the best, and that's the reason why they are in 4th place. And so 3rd place up, we have Trading 212. Now from 3rd place onwards, any of these could have won it in my view. Trading 212 has a nice experience, but there are certain settings out there that I just never really look at. There is a section, for instance, where it's more social and where people can share their different pies, etc. I just feel as though they could think about the application, grow some areas a little bit better, and remove some other features out there. In terms of buying and selling, there's no issues. That's why they are in the top 3. In 2nd place, we have Lightyear. Now, I actually really like where they're heading, but there's been some glitchy behavior recently when it comes to depositing money. There's a lot of closing out the app and then reopening. Once they iron out some of those issues there, then from a UX standpoint, the app looks really nice. When it comes to buying and selling shares as well, it's super simple. But that means that our number 1 is Freetrade. And the reason is just the way in which you can execute orders, the real simplicity of the app and elegance of the UX experience is the best in my view. They've improved quite a lot in recent times, and they have, of course, more stocks available on their platform. And so from a mobile app point of view, Freetrade really shines and has taken the number 1 spot. And it should be noted that both Freetrade and Lightyear are app only, so they don't actually have a desktop. That may be why their app experience is much more simpler and effective compared to the ones below. Now, in terms of the most stable app out there, I'm just going to go straight to the winner. For me, it's very clear, but it is that of eToro. And the reason being that during 2021, eToro was able to keep their platform up and running. When you look at the likes of, say, Trading 212, they really struggled. There were several hours where it was down. There's other great apps out there when it comes to buying and selling stocks that I haven't had any issues out there. All the other platforms can be named, but for me, eToro edges it ever so slightly. In addition, they actually mention when they're performing any upgrades to their application, so there's a downtime period, but it is scheduled, and that just gives me confidence that their dev team is performing great upgrades and they have the confidence to improve their infrastructure over time without having downtime when you least expect it. And so just before we wrap up, I'm going to add a final category to the list, and it is that of Best Newcomer. No surprises here, but Lightyear wins this section. For what they've done in a short period of time is pretty incredible. Their UX experience, the multi-account support. This company eventually could take all of the awards in the future, but I have to give a shout out to Lightyear. They've been second in a lot of categories and they're fairly new to the scene, so great job from Lightyear. And so again, let me know in the comments below what you think about the different apps out there. Should there have been other platforms other than the 5 that I mentioned that are worthy of an award? Do comment below and it'll be great to hear your thoughts. Every year I'm going to be looking at the different platforms and providing different awards out there. And so this time next year, we'll see if the list changes substantially or not. So thanks for watching everyone. New videos are posted each week. I appreciate all the existing subscribers and all the new subscribers out there. Share this content with any friends, family who may find investing interesting. And with that said, I'll catch you in the next one. And if you could read my mind.